Published 0932 Est, 15 November 2017. Updated 13/11 Est, 15 November 2017. Natasha Henstridge revealed on Megyn Kelly Today that she too was a victim of Harvey Weinstein's UAL misconduct. That incident occurred in a hotel during the Sundance Film Festival, said Henstridge, who did not give a year. This new allegation was revealed at the end of her tearful interview with Megyn, during which she detailed how Brett Ratner, who has been accused of rape by Melanie Kohler, forced her to perform oral on him when she was just a teenager. Henstridge, 43, broke down in tears throughout the interview, but the most difficult story for her to recount was the moment she told her parents about her experience with Ratner. Ratner has denied Henstridge's and Kohler's claims that he assaulted the two women. Scroll down for video. Tearful. Sit down. Natasha Henstridge above on Megyn Kelly Today gave her first interview about the night she claims Brett Ratner forced her into oral when she was just 19. The actress, 43, revealed during the interview Ratner on left that she was also a victim of Harvey Weinstein, right, who she claims masturbated in front of her at Sundance. I don't want to get emotional again, but my parents, who are this lovely Canadian couple, who are they're the type of people that just, keep your head down and don't make waves, said Henstridge. Don't draw attention to yourself and you get on with it. That mentality is why she found it so difficult to share her story, but her fears turned out to be unwarranted in the end. I was really concerned and I didn't want to disrupt their lives, and I know it's difficult for them to hear these things, but also have all of their friends and other family, hear all these things, said the actress. Both my mother and my father both wrote me. And even up until today they both said, you have to do something. And for me, that was huge. They said, you can't let this happen to other women. Henstridge then began to break down again as she spoke about the guilt she has about not coming forward sooner, even though she was not the perpetrator of this alleged criminal act. That's the turning point. When you realize it's happened to other people and you have that shame, there's even more shame, more guilt on some level, of realizing, if I had done something about this then, said Henstridge. If I had done something at the time, maybe I would have saved how many other women from the same situation, possibly worse. The actress also spoke about those who have asked how someone can be forced into oral by detailing her own alleged experience with Ratner. A lot of people have asked, how can that happen? How does somebody force you into oral? Said Henstridge. When you're afraid of somebody, when you physically don't know what somebody is capable, she then had to stop and apologized as she wiped away tears before continuing. When you're afraid of them, you don't know what they're capable of doing. And therefore, you submit. And I submitted. I did submit. Things became difficult for Henstridge later when she aired as the man she claims raped her became one of the biggest names in the business. He went on to become this very successful director. Back at the time, he was doing videos. Now, he's one of Hollywood's biggest directors, she said, with a look of shock on her face. I thought, there is so little justice when I see some of these people that are not good people. When I see them rise. And they're in the same business. And we sort of started similarly, at similar times, and moving to Los Angeles, I think, at similar times. And see him catapult into fame. And I thought, life really isn't fair. Honestly, that's sort of how I felt. When asked why she believes more people do not come out with their allegations, Henstridge said, they're as scared as I am, and I was 2 weeks ago, coming out against this. Same reason I'm here. You're afraid you're going to get sued and you're going to be up against somebody with $1 gazillion and you will have your name dragged through the mud and lied about. Support system. The most difficult moment came when Henstridge spoke about having to tell her parents about Ratner's alleged assault above with her parents Helen and Brian in 2004. Henstridge then told Kelly about her alleged experience with Weinstein. Lucky me, said Henstridge when Megyn revealed that she was a victim of both men. I mean, the whole reason I came forward about Brett was because people knew the Harvey Weinstein story. Another story similar to one of your other guests, basically. I was in Sundance, in a hotel, taking a meeting with him. And one thing led to another. He got flirtatious, suddenly. It was not anything about the job he was offering me and became all about flirtation, said Henstridge. And he did some terrible things there, as well. Came on to me, repeatedly. The story goes much deeper. But the whole reason that I came out about Brett is because I had the situation with Harvey and everybody was telling me and people knew the story, as well, and people were imploring me to come out about it. Megyn asked soon after if Weinstein pleasured himself in front of Henstridge. He pleasured himself in front of me. Yes, he did all those things and I was stuck in a room, said Henstridge. He tried to get into the room. He came after me, all of those things. I did manage to avoid an actual physical attack by him. Henstridge told the Los Angeles Times in an interview last month that Ratner forced her into performing oral on him back in the early 90s after the two spent an evening hanging out at a friend's apartment in Manhattan. He strong-armed me in a real way. He physically forced himself on me, said Henstridge, who was 19 at the time. At some point, I gave in and he did his thing. Henstridge also ran into Ratner again when she auditioned for the series Prison Break a decade after their alleged incident. I had 2 young kids and had to go to work and make a living. And he just acted like we were old friends from back in the day in New York, saying, "I haven't seen you in years," said Henstridge. Auditioning is already bad enough. But trying to focus on the work, I just felt sick. Singer responded by suggesting that Henstridge was previously interested in the director and upset after learning Ratner had a girlfriend who he would not leave. Olivia Munn, Catherine Town, Jamie Ray Newman and 2 extras who worked on the set of Rush Hour 2 also came forward with allegations of UAL misconduct against Ratner and that expose. Ratner denied the allegations made by all 5 of those women. The director has long been referenced for his womanizing ways, with Usual Suspects Tina Fey and Seth MacFarlane both calling him out over the years. Brett Ratner is here. In his defense, he thought this was a thing where you could eat breakfast off of 100 women, Fey joked last December at a Women in Hollywood breakfast. Meanwhile, a 2012 episode of the cartoon comedy Family Guy depicted Ratner bidding on slaves.